Alex Polizzi is an award-winning hotelier with over 20 years' experience working in the world's most luxurious hotels. Born into the legendary Forte hotel dynasty, she's on a crusade to transform Britain's most desperate hotels and B&Bs. From outrageous owners...
You won't like me when I'm angry.
...to dodgy decor...
That isn't a great start.
Nothing escapes the hotel inspector's beady eye.
This whole floor is unsealed.
Or her quest for perfection.
I don't want to go. It'll be the end.
The reality is, darling, this is the business we're in.
This week, the hippie dream becomes a nightmare for the hotel inspector.
Kind of looks like the set for some low-budget horror movie. There's flies over there that apparently seem to have frozen to the windowsill. There are lots of hippies, but not enough to keep your business going. I think this is the worst loo I've ever seen, ever.
On the banks of the River Wye, near the ancient market town of Hay, sits the 18th century Hollybush Inn. From the outside, a traditional old British establishment. But venture further, and unsuspecting travellers may be in for a surprise.
I would say it's quite not traditional. You're going to come and say hello? Hey, good afternoon, Big Mama. She's glad to see me.
57-year-old New Zealander Barbara Luthwaite moved to the Hollybush 7 years ago. The self-proclaimed healer dreamed of creating a laid-back, ethical, nature-friendly holiday retreat. With teepees,
Put the door across a wee bit better.
a camping and caravan site,
You're staying for the Friday and the Saturday, and canoeing as well. All right.
a 5-bedroom B&B,
This is my favourite room. It's absolutely beautiful.
plus a bar and restaurant.
There's lots of fresh ingredients, and I can make a variety of things from those basic raw ingredients, and I make it as you order it.
And her dreams of creating a New Age haven don't end there.
In the long term, I'd like a swimming pool, a physio pool, a leisure centre, a bigger children's playground, a water slide. If I run out of ideas, I'll think of some more.
But Barbara's free and easy approach to the hospitality business hasn't always left her guests feeling quite so mellow.
Greasy, weird, smelly, barefoot weirdo, avoid.
With over 70% of reviewers on one website not recommending her.
Comments on the website vary from they don't like my toenails. I wear shoes for funerals and weddings, and that's about it. Right through to they don't think the showers and toilets on the campsite are adequate. Oh God, there's an epidemic of flies in here. Drove in, had a look around, drove out.
Some guests complain they don't see enough of Barbara.
This is a sofa where I relax. Could he help anyone else who sits in my space? It's one of the negative comments on the website said the landlady's so laid back she's prostrate. Prostates, I mean, I don't know, not prostrate, is whatever it is.
While others have seen a little more than they expected.
They went canoeing. The safety talk was interesting as Barbara arrived in a see-through skirt, no bra or shoes. It's lovely. Just lovely.
But although she's busy in the summer, the awful online reviews coupled with poor winter trade have left Barbara burdened with debt and fighting a constant battle for survival.
Right at the moment, it's grim. I face every day the possibility that I might have to close, that today might be the day that I might have to walk away. Sorry.
Enter the hotel inspector. Barbara's hoping that renowned hotelier Alex Polizzi may be the answer to her cry for help.
I'm really looking forward to looking around the site. I'm actually looking forward to a new challenge. It's slightly different from my usual remit, but you never know, I might even get to hang out in a teepee.
To scrutinise where Barbara may be going wrong, Alex will stay the night.
Alex,
How nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too. You've just come this way. I think having Alex will be a personal challenge because I've invested so much of myself in here. So if she doesn't like what I've done and she wants me to do it differently, that would be quite a startling revelation for me.
For her distinguished guest, Barbara's chosen not a teepee, but her favourite room in the B&B.
So this is the pink room, Alex.
Thank you very much.
Right.
It's lovely.
That's good.
I'm not normally a great fan of pink, but this is a very pretty room indeed.
Thank you. Leave you to get settled.
Thanks. See you in a bit.
Okay.
You know, I am really pleasantly surprised by this room. I think anyone would be happy to arrive in a bed and breakfast room like this.
But it appears Alex's positive first impression may have been deceptive.
Oh, my goodness.
Barbara currently uses the north room herself, but does let it to guests if they're desperate for a bed.
I know Barbara's sleeping here at the moment, but this is actually a rental room, and I can't understand why anyone would keep it in such disorder.
The Hollybush has 5 bedrooms, 3 with ensuite bathrooms.
This is clearly Barbara's latest work in progress, the new ensuite shower that she's building. You know, this is built for little people. Who is going to be able to get into here? I'm not the tallest person in the world, am I? Well, there's flies over there that apparently seem to have frozen to the windowsill. I haven't seen that before. It's impossible to imagine anyone sleeping in here, partly because there's no light, I've just noticed. So this room is to all intents and purposes completely useless. Well, this is obviously one of the nicer, more finished rooms, but it's not quite finished enough still, is it? You know, you've got all this cabling and... and I suppose this plastic bag on the hook is instead of a dustbin. So it's really odd. She's gone a long way with this room, but instead of kind of finishing it, she's still buggering about in other bits of the building.
Downstairs, despite a layer of dust,
I mean, honestly, look at that.
the pub and restaurant area are more successful in charming the hotel inspector.
I quite like the whole mismatched thing that she has going on here. I like the piano, I like the guitar. I can imagine many an evening spent here on a couple of whiskies, enjoying myself.
But next to the bar, there's one room Alex doesn't find quite so appealing.
Well, this is obviously Barbara's private space. I just find it odd that it's not screened off from the public area. It looks very messy and it gives a very bad impression of the person running this place.
Night falls, and the hotel inspector decides to sample dinner at the Hollybush. First challenge, deciding what to eat from a menu of almost 40 dishes.
It's a huge menu. Barbara's really making a rod for her own back, it seems to me. There's no need to have such an extensive menu. Surely there's dishes that sell better than others, and possibly in the quieter months she should try and cut it down and make it easier for herself.
You ready to order?
I am.
Right.
Is it all right with you? I know it seems like I'm being a pig, but I'd like the butternut ginger and coconut soup
Yes.
and fried halloumi
Right.
and then lamb shank.
Thank you very much. I'll get
Thank
that
you.
organised for you. Just call if you need anything.
Thank you, doll.
Okay.
With a skeleton staff in the winter months, former teacher Barbara becomes waitress, cook and receptionist combined.
Right. Thank you very much for your help today. Bye-bye. Multitasking, you see. Put the potato in there for a minute to warm up. I hadn't had any experience in the catering trade before, really. I forget that they're sitting there waiting. An hour will go past very quickly. If you want to eat at the Hollybush in May, order in January.
In the Hollybush's empty restaurant, Alex's 2 starters and 1 main course have taken 40 minutes to arrive.
It's so tender. It's delicious. I think she needs to consolidate her ideas about what she's actually providing here. You don't need to break your back trying to provide everything as if you have staff, which, frankly, she doesn't.
But what the hotel inspector discovers outside is enough to put anyone off their dinner.
I think this is the worst loo I've ever seen, ever.
Free-spirited Barbara Luthwaite moved to the Riverside Hollybush Inn in Hay-on-Wye 7 years ago. Dreaming of a holistic paradise, she's created a B&B, bar, camping and caravan site, complete with activities for all lovers of the great outdoors.
Hello, Mrs. Rabbit. Come on, Mrs. Cockatiel. Yes, there you go.
But savaged by online reviewers and struggling to survive, she's called in renowned hotelier Alex Polizzi for help.
Oh, my goodness.
So far, the hotel inspector has been unimpressed by the half-finished guest rooms and Barbara's chaotic office area.
It gives a very bad impression of the person running this place.
Now she's venturing outside to check out what the Hollybush offers to campers and caravanners.
It kind of looks like the set for some low-budget horror movie. You know, it's all fine it being budget and casual, but there are a few minimum requirements that seem to me like they're not being met. I mean, this isn't somewhere I'd want to spend my holiday. I mean, it's beautiful surroundings, isn't it? It's magical, in fact, but the snow does make everything look very pretty, but it hides a multitude of sins. It's a bit of a mess.
But in the toilet block lurks an X-rated problem, shocking enough to make anyone's blood curdle.
This is filled up to the max and iced over. It's just disgusting. I think this is the worst loo I've ever seen, ever in my life. These loos can't be used, surely. Why aren't they just closed up if there's a problem here?
Alex has discovered a campsite and B&B with big potential, but sloppy standards.
The elements of this place could add up to a fantastic stay. But all it takes is to subtract 1 or 2 of the essential bits and you're left with a very unsatisfactory experience. That is borne out by the comments that are left again and again on the internet review sites.
If Barbara is to secure the future of her business, and reverse the public's damning opinion of the hollybush, she'll need to face up to some home truths.
There are lots of hippies or people who like the hardcore, but not enough to keep your business going. You're a fit with a certain segment, but somehow anything over and above that certain segment tend to kind of run away screaming. And what we need to do to make your business a greater success is to make sure that you appeal to a wider market.
First, Barbara must clean up her act and tackle the dirty, messy site and long list of unfinished jobs.
My room was so nice, yeah? So I thought, OK, well, the room bit I don't need to worry about, but that's not true because there's a work in progress in every room. Nothing's ever quite finished. The caravan site really is not a thing of great beauty. The campsite could be improved enormously. The teepees look scungy. The loo blocks are in a shocking state.
It's just frozen pipes. We've asked them not to use them, to come up here to use them, but they take no notice.
Why don't you just lock the door or put a sign on it or do something proactive to stop them getting in that terrible, terrible mess?
I trusted they would use their common sense.
Now look, I'm not a camper, but I'm not a glamper either. I don't need to make this place somewhere that only she middle-class people want to come and stay. But, darling, you have just got to raise your standards.
Next, Barbara must improve her winter trade by creating a thriving and efficient bar and restaurant and a busy B&B.
It would be very easy to make the bed and breakfast that little bit nicer. Finish the rooms off to a reasonable standard, all of them.
I find it hard to make a makeshift job when I can see the bigger picture. I'm aiming for excellence.
But that means you fail in lots of areas, darling.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to be brutal.
I get your point, yeah.
Last, but by no means least, Barbara must adopt a much more professional, business-like attitude.
This is what you have created, and I don't want your business to fail.
No.
To do that, we've got to somehow try and separate out the business and the personal. You've got to kind of gird your loins.
Yeah.
I don't care about that being your private area. You are perfectly entitled to have a personal space.
I've got to. I can't stay on my feet 18 hours without sitting down for a minute somewhere.
But you understand that, but not everyone who comes here does. It's important for you and for your customers to understand that there is a dividing line. You have to accept that some people are going to come through this door and they just want to come and have a nice time, a nice holiday, a nice weekend away, and they just don't get that whole blending of the personal and professional.
Yeah.
Yeah? You okay?
Turning myself into some kind of hard-nosed businesswoman.
I'm not
Can't
saying-
imagine that I can do
But
that.
darling, I'm not asking you to do that. I'm just saying to understand that there are boundaries. You know, we have to gaze basic financial realities in the face, and we also have to be understanding about the fact that not everyone shares our vision of things. And hopefully, you can have your vision, and you can have people who don't share your vision still come here and enjoy it.
Alex is in no doubt of the scale of the challenge that lies ahead.
I think Barbara's got a long way to go. She's got a wonderful site, which is irreplaceable. But actually, if the beauty of the site was enough, she would already be busier than she is. People don't expect feather beds and a teepee, but it could be a lot nicer than this. People don't expect brand new purpose-built shower blocks in a campsite, but it could be a lot better than that.
But will Barbara really be content to rein in her dreams and concentrate on bringing reality up to scratch?
I have a lot more ideas and a belief that I can get my ideas done. So I find it very frustrating when people say, "Oh, don't think so big." It makes me feel very irritated, and I immediately want to break out of the small box they put me in and just prove to them that I can.
A fortnight later, the snow has melted and the hotel inspector can return to make sure Barbara keeps her feet firmly on the ground and puts Alex's plans into action. First, the ramshackle site, in desperate need of some sprucing up.
It doesn't take much to scrub a caravan. It will make such a difference to the area.
It is an eyesore.
It's an eyesore. Glad you said it. They look very wintry, don't they?
They do.
I think the main thing is that the teepees are really well cleaned up.
Yes.
We want to try and make sure that we widen its appeal, darling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Fortunately, one area that doesn't need spit and polish is the outhouse of horrors, which, thanks to Barbara's boyfriend, is now rated Certificate U.
Well, I must say, greater love hath no man than to clean up some nasty loose for his girlfriend, darling. I mean, lucky woman you are. That is considerably better. Good.
Next, Alex wants to tackle the Hollybush's poor winter trade by focusing on the bar, restaurant and B&B. In Barbara's newly curtained-off private space, she lays out her plan.
What you really asked me to do is to help you bring in more income and to get you busy in the winter. And the obvious reasons to do that are so you can pay back your debts, so you can retain staff in the winter.
That would be great.
And so that actually it would be nice if you had money left over, so each next stage you want to do, you have money in your pocket to do it, darling.
Hard to imagine, but that would be lovely.
I would like you to arrange and plan a music evening with dinner included and a glass of wine that you can sell tickets for, that you can have a lot of people here enjoying the site and actually make money, darling. And I'm going to finish off all the bedrooms upstairs because I think in the depths of winter, this is a really nice place to come and stay with cosy rooms, home-cooked food, and you're welcome, darling.
Thank you. You're making me go all goosebumpy.
In a good way?
Yes. It feels, I get that feeling when something feels right and possible, so it's a nice feeling.
But it'll be no good attracting customers in if the restaurant's service and profitability don't improve. The enormous menu must be culled immediately.
If you took half those dishes off there, I would still find something I wanted to eat. I want a chalk and I want you to put a line through a few things and actually make the effort to see why I'm asking you to do this.
I don't probably need halloumi as well as camembert.
And feta. Take one of them off.
Yeah.
Would you eat spicy bean mix yourself? So take it off. OK, well, that's down to 8 starters. What about the mains? I'm going to walk away for 10 minutes and let you decide.
Oh, God, no, I need your help. I won't do it by myself.
Come on, strength. This is, in my professional opinion, a way to streamline her operation. And it's essential that Barbara does that she cuts down her wastage, that she cuts down on service times, that she addresses so many of the issues that have bedevilled her reviews.
I have to have steaks because, oh God.
I'm getting a little bit frustrated by how hard this is to actually accomplish.
Soup and Rosties. Take that out and then I won't have to do that.
Making a meal of the menu, Barbara finally strikes off 9 dishes.
Alex, have a look.
Are you in a state?
Go away, turn my back and never look at it again.
I'm leaving tonight much cheered and enthused. Barbara seems to trust me much more and to have signed up to this process in a way that shows me that she's willing to be a full partner in all the changes we have to make. There is, however, a lot to do, and I really hope that she's going to do what she says, knuckle down and get on with it.
But has Barefoot Barbara really got what it takes to drive the business forward?
How is the planning for the event going?
You guys obviously appreciate good food. Well, some of them love us and some of them hate us.
Unless she can have some kind of business head, then this business of hers isn't going to survive.
The Hollybush Inn, Hay-on-Wye. Despite owner Barbara Luthwaite's fairy tale dreams for the business, dreadful reviews and big debts have put paid to any happy ending. Horrified hotel inspector Alex Polizzi wants Bohemian Barbara to be more businesslike, rein in her ambitions, and concentrate on raising her less than exacting standards. And she must focus on attracting winter trade to the beleaguered B&B. So far, the carefree Kiwi seems to be embracing the advice. She's following Alex's instructions to improve the less than pristine site.
It's just a matter of pointing this in the right direction, I hope. The dirt will miraculously fall off.
She's eager to prove that she's no flaky flower child and that she's got what it takes to give the Hollybush a facelift.
Barbara has immense strength of character, so I think she can do most things she puts her mind to.
Got the dump truck and got some shingle and sand to mix the cement, to dig the holes, to put the posts in, to make a screen so you can't see all the rubbish. There it comes. Woo-hoo.
Nevertheless, Barbara steadfastly refuses to let go of her big ambitions for the future.
Not an ice rink yet, or a sauna or a spa yet. But they're still on my wish list somewhere in the forefront of my brain, and as soon as people stop grizzling at me about how tidy the place is, then I might free up the money to buy a hot tub. But it's a choice. Hot tub or enough staff to keep the place clean and tidy. I know what I'd choose if it were down to me.
While Barbara gets to grips with the great outdoors, Alex's design team are hard at work inside, transforming the Hollybush's B&B rooms to help improve her winter offering. But will they be to the taste of Barbara, who spent the last 7 years creating the Hollybush in her own image?
I'm assuming the rooms are looking nice because there's been such a hive of activity up and down the stairs. Lino's one pet hate, blinds are another. Wallpaper, it'd have to be very good quality pattern to please me.
2 weeks later, Alex is back in Hay-on-Wye, hopeful that Barbara has got her professional act together and that preparations for the Hollybush's Winter Warmer event are in hand.
Last time I was at the Hollybush, I felt rather encouraged that I'd actually managed to convince Barbara of the necessity of finding a business head, of looking at her business as a business rather than as a pipe dream. Well, it's been a few weeks since I was last here, so I'm hoping the effect hasn't completely dissipated. How are you?
I'm in the middle of a whole lot of busyness.
How is the planning for the event going?
Well, I've found a very good chef.
Good. How much are you selling the tickets for?
£15.
Can we sit down and go through some facts and figures? Because
Yes.
I'd like to make sure that you are planning on making money out of
That would
this
be a
event.
good plan.
OK, come on then.
In the past, Barbara's sometimes lost money when running events, so Alex wants to be sure she's taken all her costs into account.
So how much are you allowing for food and have you costed it out properly?
And it's soon clear her plans for the party don't add up.
Darling, so you're £130 down before we start.
Yes.
So, Barbara, I'm not entirely sure that you've embraced this concept correctly. I mean, think of it as the seed money to sow on your property. Think of it as allowing you the freedom to accomplish everything that you desperately want to do. Mm-hmm. You know, you cannot have one without the other.
Yeah.
So, I want to...
People want to come and enjoy all of that, then they need to help me pay for it.
I think so, darling. Well done. Ta-da! Breakthrough!
After some quick sums, Alex has shown Barbara she needs to raise her ticket price from a loss-leading £15 to a money-making £19. Now all they need to do is spread the word. Alex and Barbara round up the band and head into town to drum up interest.
The aim here, let's just remember, is that we sell tickets. So that means we're going to tell everybody, A, where you are, B, when the event is, C, what it entails, and D, how much the ticket costs.
Yes.
I'm hoping that Barbara understands that it's possible to combine business skills and creative skills. The reality is, unless she can have some kind of business head, then this business of hers isn't going to survive. So to go on being able to welcome people, she needs to make some money. Hopefully she can see that this is a way to do it.
But Barbara is going to have to work hard to win round some of the locals.
You guys obviously appreciate good food. The local people, some of them love us and some of them hate us and some of them haven't decided yet.
She hasn't sold any tickets yet, but this is quite a hard nut to crack.
Right.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
It's £19 for a ticket.
Yeah, sounds good.
What's your name?
Andrew.
It's £19 a ticket, and it would be nice to have some local people come and support us.
Yeah.
Barbara's doing a bloody good job. I'm impressed.
And we're having a bit of music and food, good food, and we're showing everybody what...
The Holly Bush, is it?
Yeah. I like talking to people, and nice to show people that I'm proud of what I'm doing. Fantastic, guys.
But I have to say, I've seen Barbara here really take the bull by the horns and be very self-motivated and do an amazing job. I'm really impressed at her.
While Barbara's been dancing her way into the locals' affections, Alex's team have been putting the finishing touches to her bedrooms.
Oh, gosh. Oh, that is pretty.
Barbara's former bedroom has been given a new lease of life. Gone is the untidy mess of mismatched bedspreads and peeling paintwork. Replaced with comfortable furnishings and contemporary design.
Have a look in the bathroom.
Complete with a shower room, fitting all shapes and sizes.
Oh, it's got lights in the shower as well.
Barbara's twin room has also been taken out of the dark ages.
Oh, that's beautiful.
The once half-finished bedroom was lacking colour, character and lighting. Now it's a warm, snug space, perfect for winter letting.
And the colours are lovely.
Yes?
Yes.
Good. Hopefully this is going to now be the basis of your new winter trade.
Yes! Yay! I'm ecstatically happy, yes.
Good.
I can't wait to show lots of people.
Oh, good, darling. Good, I'm really pleased.
And with some much-needed finishing touches applied to Barbara's other rooms, Alex has given her 5 fully furnished bedrooms that not only celebrate Barbara's love of nature, but also offer a comfortable, cosy place to stay.
Today's been a good day. I've got more confidence in Barbara's abilities now than I've ever had, but I'm still leaving her with a pretty difficult task. She has to sell 40 tickets in a short space of time to make this event a profitable success. And there's a list of tasks she has to accomplish to finish off the site. I want her to show off her establishment to the best advantage, so I really hope that she manages to get it all together to finish this off.
The worst thing that could happen is to have the band here and Alex here and nobody else but me. It's not a joke, really. That may still happen.
So can the barefoot businesswoman make a profit and keep her customers satisfied?
We want people to come and see that Barbara isn't the freak that she's often portrayed to be.
The struggling Hollybush B&B and campsite in Hay-on-Wye is in dire straits, plagued by poor reviews, burdened by debt, and barely able to keep its head above water outside the peak summer season. Hotel Inspector Alex Polizzi has demanded owner Barbara raise standards across the site. And now she wants her to host a special musical extravaganza to showcase the newly refurbished B&B rooms and prove that the Hollybush can provide a warm winter welcome to both guests and locals alike.
And I'm looking forward to the party myself. I've been working hard.
Alex has set Barbara a target of selling 40 tickets to make sure the event stays out of the red.
I'm not sure if Alex will think that the marketing I'm doing so far is a bit softly. Hello, it's Barbara from the Hollybush Inn speaking. But I'm building up to it.
I hope that Barbara's going to completely pull out the stops, call everyone she knows,
Not home.
and say, come and have a look at what we've achieved, because she ought to be really proud of it.
And so far I've rung about 8. So I've got a way to go.
But ever optimistic, Barbara is preparing the grounds for the potential crowds.
We hope we're all ready and waiting when hordes of people start coming. Thank you very much, Carl. That looks much better.
She's also taken Alex's advice and decided to spruce up more than just the Hollybush.
However much she can be Barbara within herself, her face to the world has got to, at least for some guests, those who don't already know her and love her, to be the face of a successful, clean, professional operation.
And the more businesslike approach extends to spotting new sales opportunities.
So do you think you'd like to come?
Be great. Thank you very much.
1 week later, and Alex is back to see if the new look Barbara and Hollybush are ready to face the music.
It's really nice to see that so much has happened since I was last here, but the real test is going to be tonight. Has Barbara managed to sell enough tickets to make this event a success? Not just show her at her most hospitable, but also turn a profit. Barbara! Hello, darling. The whole place looks very spick and span, darling.
I think that everything I can think of seems to have got organised, and just the last minute little bits and pieces.
OK. Has the chef made many changes? I mean, I can see from here that the
Scrubbed
menu
it out.
the menu board is very short.
Yes.
How wonderful! I'm really looking forward to it. Are you?
Yes, I've got my party dress.
Oh, good, darling. Lovely.
In the past, both the Hollybush and Barbara have been torn to shreds by unhappy guests, and the business has hemorrhaged money out of season. With so much at stake, will Barbara be able to satisfy her customers and run a profit-making winter event?
I want her to put into practice some of the things that I've been telling her, that it's possible to be hospitable and still to turn a profit. We want people to come and see that Barbara isn't the freak that she's often portrayed to be in quite a lot of these internet reviews.
Success number 1, the marketing.
Hello, welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
7 years since you've been first.
And as the guests pile in, so do the compliments.
You're looking delightful.
I do think there'll be a more confident Barbara hosting her event, because ultimately she doesn't have to do that much to tweak a few things, just to make more people appreciate what she's offering and turn a profit.
The fire on.
And it's not just Barbara's appearance that's different. Her new professional attitude is shining through.
Let's send the fire on down, so you can go down and have a look. I think the small one's done out like a wee love nest.
The new made-over rooms, so important to the Hollybush's winter trade, also go down a treat.
It's just a lot warmer and a lot cleaner and a lot better than what it was, really. It's very, very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, did you?
It looks comfortable and
It does.
cosy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd certainly like to stay here.
Yeah, certainly a great improvement.
And the new cut-down menu is another big hit.
Thank you.
That looks rather fine, doesn't it?
All right, was it?
Lovely, thank you, yes. Compliments to the chef.
It was lovely, really nice, very tasty.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning.
With the holly bush full of happy customers, it's clear Barbara has exceeded Alex's sales target, proving that the winter months shouldn't be a barrier to making a profit.
It all seems to be going so well. Everyone's enjoying themselves. There have been nothing but compliments about the food. But the really big thing for me is that everyone really seems to appreciate coming here, coming to the Holly Bush, what it is and what it's become and what it will be in the future. So that's all down to you, Barbara. Well done.
It's been such a learning curve.
Darling, we always admired and respected you for what you've achieved. All I hope I've done is to reprioritise things a little bit. And you're doing a great job, darling, and you're a lovely person.
Thank you.
So you just have to accept that you can be a lovely person and a businesswoman too.
Thank you. We're going to party now.
Yeah, let's go dance. Yeah. When I first came here, Barbara asked me to help improve her winter trade. I think I've done that by giving her 5 saleable rooms. I also desperately wanted to raise her professionalism and her standards. Looking at tonight, I've managed to do both of those. Everyone said how much they've enjoyed the meal, and Barbara herself seems so much more confident. Profit is no longer a dirty word for her. She's even made some money tonight.